All I gotta say in this game, pure dominance. That's all. Just those two words, pure dominance against the Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson, and Sean Payton going up against Tua Tagovailoa, Mike McDaniel, Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, and Stern Smythe, as well as the running backs like Devon Achane. So, oh my gosh, this is literally a historic performance for the Miami Dolphins here today in the home opener against the Denver Broncos. Now, before I dive into this craziness, I want to talk about Sean Payton real quick, because weeks before, maybe even during the offseason where they do play against the Dolphins eventually, and we all have the receipts, and I'm sure you guys know what I'm about to say. And if I can load it up somehow. So basically, Sean Payton went on to say Tua's going to be replaced. He won't be surprised if Tua gets replaced by Teddy Bridgewater. Tua and the Dolphins took that personally, because this would end up being the final score of this game, 70-20. Yes, 70 points. That's an equivalent of a college game, and that's also more so common in high school sports. But this 70 points in the NFL game like this, that's just something that you never hear in modern times. Really, the last time we hear something about that goes back to 1966. It's one of the years. I'm not sure it was 66. It was I think it was 62 or something like that. But regardless, it was one of the years that Washington Redskins at that time scored 72 points. So yeah, it was 1966. I was right. The Redskins scored 72 points against the Giants at that time. The Dolphins became the third team to score 70. That's 10 touchdowns. 10 touchdowns. We never hear about this story in modern times. So, I do apologize for the interruption. But anyway, and yeah. So then now we're gonna dive into this right now, as we're about to talk about what happened in this game. So Denver wins the toss. They elected to defer. Miami, only 3 plays in the first drive, a touchdown right away. So we start with Raheem Mostert going up for 6 yards. Second and 4 to a short pass to Stern Smythe. So that's first down. First and 10, deep pass, middle to Tyreek Hill. 54 yards, goes home. Touchdown Dolphins. PAT is good. Right away, we're up 7-0. Then after that, Russell Wilson comes out, and then he gets something in, which was nada. It ends up being a 3-and-out play, incomplete to Sutton, which it looked close. That if the toe was in before it was out of bounds, that would have been a challengeable play, but they did not do that. So then after that, Dolphins take over again, and basically, if you know the pattern of the Hurricanes and the Dolphins, most of the drive they probably would score. And this is no exception here. Raheem Mostert left for 15 yards. That's good for first down. Short pass to Mostert for 5 yards. Second and 5. Devon Achane for 26 yards. Goes up the left side. Gets some yardage there. First and 10. Short pass out the middle for Mostert again. 9 yards. Second and 1. Achane for 4 yards. That's plenty. That's good for a first down. A short pass to Raheem Mostert for 3 yards. Second and 7. Short pass to Tyreek Hill for 8 yards. And then that leads to a first down. Achane goes up for 3 yards. Second and 7. Achane tries again. This time is for 8 yards. Touchdown. And right away, literally right away, the Dolphins The Dolphins gets on the board again. So already up 2 possessions as well. PAT is good. And next thing you realize, we are up 14 to nothing at that point. It's now Denver's turn. Denver drive. Russell Wilson deep pass to Judy for 15 yards. First and 10 there. And then short pass up the middle for Sutton for 11 yards. That's first down there. Williams up the middle for 3 yards. Short pass up, up the middle for 3 yards. Second and 7. Mostert's pass to Williams for 17 yards. So that's a short pass that led to a lot of yardage there for 17 yards for the Denver Broncos. Perrine up to 3 yards. Second and 7. Pass to Sutton for 6 yards. Third and 1. Run up for 4 yards. That's at the Miami territory, deep in. First and 10. Williams for 4 yards. Second and 6. Incomplete. Third and 6. Pass up to Sutton. Get himself open like that for 12 yards. Touchdown Broncos. Lutz is good for a PAT. And it became a 7-14 ball game right away. So then it's the Dolphins' turn now. All right, Dolphins' turn. Mostert was pushed from the left side, and he ended up losing 6 yards there. Second and 16, short pass to Tyreek Hill for 19 yards. Great stuff there. And then you realize defensive penalty, that gives us 5 more yards up towards the end of the first quarter, and we start the second quarter, 1st and 5. And then Mostert for 17 yards up the middle. This is what we mean. The pass rushing for the Broncos is getting exposed with their good O-line, especially since Terran Armstead is back. Now the next play, pass to right for Tyreek Hill for 17 yards. However, Mike Williams gets called for a penalty for an offensive hold. That's 10 yards. So 1st and 20. Tua pass to Mostert for 5 yards. Second and 15. Short pass for Mostert again for 11 yards. 3rd and 4. Tua Tagovailoa. Short pass up for Barrios. He goes in for 11 yards. And then there was an injured player, which is Joel from the Denver side during the play. But anyway, that's good enough for the first down. Devon Achane for 23 yards rush. That is up the middle, going up to the touchdown. However, it was nullified by a penalty on Connor Williams again. Yeah, two offensive holdings from Connor Williams, and one of them was a touchdown drive that was nullified. So that sucks. Anyway, next thing you realize, it's 1st and 17 to a short pass to Tyreek Hill for 11 yards. 2nd and 6 at Shane up to 10 yards. 1st and goal. Achane up for 5 more yards. 2nd and goal might be one of the best no-look passes I've seen in a while. Tua Tagovailoa, short pass to Devon Achane for 4 yards. Touchdown. Jason Sanders kicks the PAT, and we are up 21-7 at that point. Oh my God, the no-look pass. Basically, here's Achane coming up here. Here's Tua stepping back. He's looking that way, and then shovels it where Achane was right there. It's an oh wow moment. Oh my God. I guarantee you this. If Patrick Mahomes did the same thing, the internet would be all over it. It's plain and simple. But this is Tua we're talking about, so watch out, Mahomes. You might have a successor. So, touchdown, Dolphins right there. Sick play. A sick play from Tua. You gotta be kidding me there. And we're up 21-7. So the Broncos get their drive in. Wilson passes short left to Atkins. That's 1st down. Incomplete next. 2nd and 10. Williams up the middle for 16 yards. That's just bad pass rushing there. 1st and 10 Denver. Bailey was reported eligible. Russell Wilson deep pass in the middle of Marvin Mims for 38 yards. So that's not that good. Not good defense right there. And keep in mind, Vic Fangio worked for the Broncos. So, and he's seen his old team coming into Miami and looking for some revenge. So then after that, Wilson's pass incomplete. Second and goal. 3 yards up for Perrine. Third and goal, pass short for 7 yards. That is a touchdown. However, penalty was nullified on the offensive pass interference, and that was enforced of 10 yards back of the play, and that was on Johnson. Do I think it's offensive pass interference? I'm a football fan, but I love my team, the Dolphins. But I'm also a football fan. In my opinion, that should not be an offensive pass interference. If anyway, I would have let this touchdown stand. But that did not happen. So pass interference on Johnson. I think he was just trying to run a route, and then he hit contact on a defensive player, and that was bad. That would end up being a pass interference on the offense. So after that, that would end up being third. That was third down. It's still third down, but much back for the Miami 17. Then Johnson for 4 yards, and they only have to settle for a field goal. And now the Dolphins are up 21-10. Then the Dolphins ended up turning over on downs. I mean, I don't see a reason why you want to go for it on that point. I don't care if you were close. So here's what happened. He ran up the middle for 8 yards. Second. Chain just ran for 1 yard. There was a direct snap to Ingle, who was our fullback. I thought he got the first down, but he did not. 4th and 1. Ingle trying to go up the middle. Defensive play. That was just a nightmarish play right there. Then after that, the Broncos go next. They start off with the full start, so that ends up being 1st and 15. Short pass to Sutton for 1 yard. 2nd and 14. Williams loses 3 yards there. 3rd and 17, incomplete. And next thing you realize, they have to punt. That was a big one too. So after that, Dolphins next. Tua pass to Tyreek Hill for 15 yards. Now, if his knee did not hit the ground, he would have gone much more yards right there. That would have been like 57 yards play, but this will end up being a 15 yards because his knee was down there. Either way, first down, Dolphins right there. That leads to the first down. Pass to Mostert for 8 yards. Second and 2. Pass up the middle for Tyreek. That's 15 more yards for Tyreek. This Tua and Tyreek duo, you can't stop them. You just cannot stop them. Then after that, there was a no huddle. Pass short to River Craycraft for 13 yards. He ends up landing on his shoulder and was injured, and he winded up not returning for the rest of the game. I hope he's okay for next week, River Craycraft. 2-minute warning. Raheem Mostert goes up for 9 yards. 2nd and 1, timeout Denver. Penalty on Denver, a neutral zone infraction. That will put us more further. So 2nd and 1 instead of 2nd and 4. No, whatever. 2nd and 6. Yeah. So penalty on that. Then actually no, this one ended up being a first down. My bad. Raheem Mostert. Anyway, Mostert runs up the middle for 20 yards, and mind you, we're at the Denver 20 at that time. Round the middle, touchdown Dolphins, 28-10. Great stuff there. Absolutely good stuff there. And 28-10. Then that at that time we would settle for that score. However, something happened. Denver turn, Russell Wilson incomplete. Second and 10, Russell Wilson short pass to Sutton. That was good for 5 yards. However, forced fumble by Javon Holland. Sutton fumbles the football, recovered by Andrew Van Ginkel, runs up for 29 yards. Fumble, Sutton, we go back on offense right away. That was a good forced fumble there by Javon Holland. And Andrew Van Ginkel heads to the play, picks it up, runs for 29 yards. Next, and then after that, with 1:29 left, what does the Dolphins do? He runs Mostert for 3 yards right away. Touchdown Dolphins. And next thing I realized, it's 35-10.5. Like I said, we would have settled for 28-10, but 35-10 would be the score to settle. But Denver was not going to walk away with that, especially since they were going to receive the football at the start of the second half. So Wilson starts off with throwing a pass to Perrine for 8 yards, 2nd and 2. Wilson deep middle for Sutton for 20 yards. The replay official reviewed the pass completion ruling. Basically, the play was if the ball hit the ground before the football was caught underneath the hands. That was not the case. It was still a complete pass. 1st and 10, short pass to right for Sutton for 11 yards. That's another first down. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, short pass for Mims for 30 yards. And 1st and goal, Russell Wilson passed for Jeudy for 6 yards. That's a touchdown. However, it was nullified because there was a illegal shift penalty on Denver Broncos. So no touchdown there for the Broncos. 1st and goal, Perrine for Wilson. That's 7 yards there. Timeout Miami that we're going to use there. Trying to get some defensive mindset there. Second and 4, pass incomplete. Miami calls their next timeout. 3rd and goal, pass short left for Jeudy for -3 yards. Miami calls their timeout called by Denver at that time. I'm sorry. That was their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Lutz kicks the field goal because you just can't risk going for it against the Dolphins, especially the Dolphins defense is starting to wake up. You just get some points anyway. 25-yard field goal is good. And the first half score would be 35-13. Just the one play is just a running play for a chain. That's 6 yards. And we go to the third quarter. That's halftime score. So then after that, Russell Wilson starts off with the pass for 12 yards for Jeudy. That's a first down. First and 10 for Denver. Up the middle is Williams for 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Loss of 2 yards is Williams. 3rd and 3. Tackled for 2 more yards loss. And that's a punt. Punt right there. All right, that's our next turn. Mostert left for 6 yards. 2nd and 4 for 1 yard is Mostert. 3rd and 3 is a shotgun formation to a pass up for 9 yards for Tyreek Hill. That's good for first down. 1st and 10, Mostert again up for 7. 2nd and 3 incomplete. That would end up being the first incomplete pass of the game for Tua. And he was only one pass behind Ryan Tannehill, which I believe that would be 17 start off the game for Tua. Ryan Tannehill was 18 to start off. That would be the franchise record. But Tua gets the second in franchise history, which was 17. If Hill would have caught that would have tied the record. Just a great performance there for Tua. He ended the half 16 for 16. I think 205 yards completion on the first half alone. Very impressive stuff by Tua. But anyway, that would be the first incomplete pass. 3rd and 3, they would make up for it with Berrios 22 yards. That's 1st and 10. Achane would run up the left for 40 yards. And that would be plenty of good for the first down, and we would go And actually realized we were at the Denver side at the 5-yard line. Pass incomplete to Hill, not Tyreek Hill, a different Hill, coming in for, I believe coming in for, was it Craycraft? I think it was Craycraft. So that's his debut. A chain runs up for 4 yards, not being able to get it. 3rd down and 1, pass incomplete to Tyreek Hill. He knew he should have had it there. And the Dolphins at the Denver 1 elected to go for it. And Mostert just runs up there for a touchdown, 1 yard. PAT is good, 42-13, right off the spot. Next up, Denver comes up next. Russell Wilson, short pass left to Jeudy for 11 yards. That's 1st down. Incomplete pass next, 2nd and 10. 4 yards rush. 3rd and 6. Short pass to Johnson for 8 yards. That's good for 1st down. Russell Wilson incomplete. 2nd and 10. Run up for 4 yards. 3rd and 6. Russell Wilson pass to Sutton for 29 yards. And for the second time today, he fumbles the football again. And guess who forced that fumble out? Javon Holland. Javon Holland forced out the fumble again, twice. This time it was recovered by Kohu, and Kohu ran for no gain there. So 2 fumbles from Sutton. Let me just verify the other fumble real quick. I'm pretty sure that was that. Yeah, Sutton, 2nd fumble of the game. Both forced fumbles by Javon Holland. And this time was recovered by Kohu and not Van Ginkel. And what's next for the Miami Dolphins? Turnover. Will they score on this takeaway? Yes. At chain, 7 yards there. 2nd and 3. Pass up for a chain for 17 yards. 1st and 10, shotgun. A chain ran up for 2 yards. However, the add-on penalty against Denver for unnecessary roughness, that will be enforced. 1st and 10, a chain ran up for 12 yards. That would have been good for a 1st down, but that comes back because of a penalty on the Dolphins. That is a illegal peelback. Anyway, 1st and 22, pass up for Tyreek Hill for 7 yards. 2nd and 15, deep throw to Tyreek Hill for 19 yards. That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10, Mostert for no yards. Actually, no, he lost a yard there, so that would be 2nd and 11. Mostert up for 4 yards there. 3rd and 7, pass up from Raheem Mostert. This time, Mostert gets a touchdown grab, not a rushing touchdown. So congratulations to Mostert there. And for the Dolphins, that is their 7th touchdown of the game. Impressive stuff. 19 yards from Mostert. PAT is good. And that's really good stuff there. So kicks off there. Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson pass up the middle, intended for Trotman. However, the ball was caught up in the pass rush defensive line, ricocheted up, and it was intercepted, picked off by Ogba, the defensive hand. Oh my gosh, Ogba. And he ran for 5 yards there, picked off, literally at the Denver 18, ran up for 5. And next thing you realize, Dolphins right away take over on offense very quickly after the fumble strip from Javon Holland. Chain rolls up for 2 yards loss, and by that point that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. First play of the 4th quarter. Pass up the middle for Devon Achane for 10 yards. Guess what? That was good for a touchdown. 56-13 would be that score next under the PAT. After that, Russell Wilson just could not find anything. Couple of incomplete passes. That's 3 and out. And now Tua comes out, gets subbed off and put in for Mike White. Tua's done for the rest of the game. You can't risk injury. Just amazing coaching right there. Awesome stuff. Now, because of it, not because of it, these young guys are getting some reps in, just like college football. We talked about that. Mike White pass up for Brooks. That'll be 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Brooks comes in, 8 yards there. 3rd and 1, lose a yard is our chain, and that will be a punt. That's 3 and out. That is 3 and out there. And once again, the Broncos go under 3 and out as well. Then the next possession, Miami Dolphins. Brooks ran up for 3 yards. 2nd and 7, he lost 3 yards. 3rd and 10, you're not going to believe this. Mike White deep pass up the middle for Chosen Robinson. 68 yards. And guess what? It's a touchdown. 63-13 would be the score right now. By the way, I didn't mention this in the 8th touchdown, right? 56-13, right? That is the new franchise record. Did I mention it? I don't think I did. That is a franchise record for the Miami Dolphins. The highest ever was 55, and I believe that happened all the way back in 1977, as far as I know. 56 became an all-time franchise record. And then they scored again, 63-13 after a 68-yard pass to Mike White for Chosen Robinson. Great stuff there. Kicks off 64 yards. However, Marvin Mims, 99 yards after the kickoff return. He actually ran it into the house. Next thing you know, it is 63-20. This time the Wilts kick is a touchback. Dolphins comes back up, and then let's see, a chain run up for 8 yards only. 2nd and 2, Devon Chain 67 yards. And that's to the house. That's all the way up to the end zone. The Dolphins scored 10 touchdowns in this game alone. 10. So, by that point, Ed Chain just had himself a crazy game for the Dolphins. I think that was his 4th touchdown of the game for the Dolphins. Just some pretty sight there for a rookie. 10 touchdowns of the game. This is, to give you a context, this is an equivalent of watching a college game or more common in a high school game. It's that bad. It's that bad. 70-20. Russell Wilson trying to figure something out to get just a bit closer. Needless to say, they couldn't figure it out. McLaughlin for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Russell Wilson pass for Mims for 5 yards, 3rd and 2, incomplete. And however, a penalty was on the Dolphins for illegal contact. That would be the first down there for the Broncos. So pass deep right for Judy for 46 yards. McLaughlin for 4 yards, 2nd and 6. 3 yards, 3rd and 3. It was a sack for 12 yards. That was the first sack for anyone today. First sack. And it just so happens to be Agba, who already picked off Wilson, and he sacks Wilson. And then Wilson incompletes to Sutton. Next possession, Brooks up the middle for 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Brooks for 52 yards. Oh, can we see history there? And I mentioned this early in the video. 1966, Washington Redskins at that time scored 72 points. Can the Dolphins break that record? They could have. They really could have. Brooks ran up for 3 yards, but that was a penalty and legal shift. Brooks up the middle for no gain. That would be a 2-minute warning. Brooks 2 yards, 3rd and 13. Brooks tried to get some more yards there. He lost a yard. What's the decision Mike McDaniel made? Well, unfortunately, because they want to show some respect, they elected to Mike White to take a knee. Um, I was like, I'm getting ready to film a reaction of the potentially historic score from Jason Sanders, but that did not happen at all um, as we're just left with 70-20. There will not be 73 or 77-20. But either way, that the last play is McLaughlin for 7 yards. That would be the last play of the game, and the Dolphins completely destroyed the Denver Broncos, 70-20. My gosh, Miami Sports took its frustrations out on the Broncos after what the Colorado Rockies did to the Marlins. More importantly, what the Denver Nuggets did to the Heat. That was for them. So, anyway, team stats. Russell Wilson, 23-38 for 306 yards. He threw 1 touchdown pass and threw 1 pick. Tua, he 23-26. My gosh. He threw 309 yards. 309 yards himself. 4 touchdown passes. No interceptions. Mike White, two catches and 2 attempts, and one of them was a touchdown pass as well. So that's 376 passing yards. 376 passing yards. Denver's rushing, Javonte Williams, 11 carries, 42 yards. Jaleel McLaughlin, 5 carries, 15 yards. Samaje Perine, 3 carries, 9 yards. And Marvin Mims Jr., just 1 carry with 3 yards. For Miami's rushing, Davon Achane, 18 carries, 203 yards with 2 rushing touchdowns. Raheem Mostert, 13 carries, 82 yards with 3 touchdowns. Chris Brooks, 9 carries, 66 yards. Alec Ingold with 2 carries, no yards there. Mike White was just losing that 1 yard because of the kneel down. In total, that is 350 yards rushing. 350. If you add up 376 plus 350, from my knowledge, that is up 726, if I'm not mistaken. And actually, while I'm talking to you guys, I'm going to pull up a calculator because now I'm curious, because that is an all-time record, NFL record. I'm not joking. I am not joking when I tell you this. That is a record. Anyway, 376 plus 350. 726. Oh my God. 726 total yards from everyone. As the whole team. The whole team. I mean, that's an NFL record, folks. That is literally NFL record. That is an NFL record, and I'm really proud of achieving that record. Anyway, we saw some NFL record anyway. We did. Receiving, Sutton got his touchdown pass with 91 yards. For Miami, about 4 receivers caught a touchdown pass. Tyreek Hill catching his one with 157 yards, receiving with 9 receptions. Robbie Chosen Anderson. If I say Robbie Robinson, I'm completely mistaken. I apologize for that. But Anderson, so he caught 1 reception with 68 yards. That was a touchdown here from Mike White. Raheem Mostert got his touchdown pass, as well as Davon Achane with 2 receptions. 2 rushing touchdowns plus 2 receiving equals 4 touchdowns from Davon Achane. Impressive stuff. And like I said during the breakdown, Sutton lost the football twice on a fumble, recovered by the Dolphins, Andrew Van Ginkel and Kader Kohu. And for Emmanuel Agba, he got a sack, and he picked off Wilson. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. And for Jason Sanders, he did not kick any field goal, but he was perfect on the PAT. 10 PATs equals 10 touchdowns. And literally, that is perfect. That is absolutely what I love to see from the Dolphins side. Huge momentum boost going into next week against the Buffalo Bills on the road. In my preview predictions, I said it was going to be a tough game against the Bills, especially since we're going to be on the road. In that prediction, I did not have us winning that game. However, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And then we go 4-0, just like the Hurricanes are 4-0. Let's see what happens here, folks. And that's pretty much it. There you go. So, great news for the Miami Dolphins with achieving some history there. And we also made some another team I would like to bring up before I end this video off is the Marlins. Marlins win the series against the Brewers, and that's the only out of context sports I'll talk about for the rest of the video. And yeah, now I can perfectly say I am done here. I'll see you guys tonight with the Inter Miami. I'm expecting a loss here tonight. But anyway, there you go. That is the wrap up here for today's video. Tonight's video, depending on the upload, I hope it uploads fast because I am actually in a different location, and really, no offense to him, but the Wi-Fi is not the greatest. We'll see what happens. I could be wrong. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Folks, if you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe more content because Miami TVG has your back. And when he does, he'll be right there with the entertainment you deserve. It's Miami TVG. Signing out, folks. Good night, everybody.